The Usability and Usefulness Testing Project. Steve Benninghoff, Eastern Michigan University, ATTW Conference 2013. The project introduction is a conceptual shift from writing to information and interaction design. So explain it to students in this way. Squishy terminology offers great flexibility for us as living, learning, and adapting professionals. It offers us new challenges and room to grow. So a major in written communication or technical communication or any variety of writing should have a wide range of things one can do with it and different ways it can be applied. But while that flexibility is itself valuable, in order for such graduates to land jobs, get contract work, or just explain what they can do to family and friends, the rhetor, the communication designer, needs to be able to explain a number of critical points. Writing as an activity goes far beyond simply transcribing words to a process of communication design. Texts do more than transport data. They enable and even perform action. They explain how data is relevant and valuable to particular audiences. In creating this understanding, they create relationships between people, enable action, and create artifacts and technologies that others use to do further and better work. Indeed, technical communication exists at all because stakeholders realize that the success of writing work matters, and it has become more evident through repeated eras of scientific and technological change. Technical communicators are not simply production workers, though they do create, but also necessarily are researchers, engineers, designers, and strategists. They engage in the strategic questions, rhetoric, the what the work itself ought to be, that is, the goals or ends, as well as tactical questions about whether or how given texts or technologies function and or should function. From this point, we read Steve Krug's Rocket Surgery Made Easy and Barbara Morell's Advancing a Vision of Usability. And we explain that Krug meets Morell, DIY, usability, and usefulness testing. Given this explanation, technical communicators are people who do more than just write. They do research to improve the design of information products. Usability testing is one valuable research method technical communicators use. And following the basic explanation of the methodology, we get to the interesting question that Morell advances, that even the most usable website, if it is not useful, is valueless. And the move is then to figure out ways to get students to engage in consulting about the usefulness of a site, not simply its usability. So students are required to find, respond, and test a usefulness gap. From the beginning, the goal of this project is not only to see if the site is operable, but to help it respond rhetorically. This can be challenging because if all you did was a usability test and found a gap, either in needed content or, as important, the targeting of information, or a place where things are missing altogether, it could seem like a dead end. Students need to draft some possible content that they can use in their test, like a wireframe, which will help them using that data to engage the client in thinking about not just the website as it exists, but imagining the business processes, the value proposition of the site and organization, and the ways that it can better respond to the needs of others, and the ways that it can better articulate what the actual business is. And in doing this, students have found ways to look at websites not for just what they are, but what they could be. And in doing that, they are thinking about how what it means to become a technical communicator at a much more potent level.